The world watched with bated breath as tensions between India and Pakistan reached boiling point. Cross-border shelling and the menacing drone of unmanned aircraft painted a grim picture. The line of control, a scar on the face of Kashmir, once again became a theater of conflict. Then, in a surprising turn of events, former US President Donald Trump stepped in. Utilizing his unique brand of diplomacy, Trump managed to broker a ceasefire between the two nuclear-armed neighbors. On May 10, 2025, the news broke. Trump, via his platform Truth Social, declared a full and immediate ceasefire. The announcement came as a welcome relief to a world weary of conflict. The ceasefire, effective from 5 p.m. Indian time, marked a tentative step back from the brink. But with memories of past agreements broken, a sense of cautious optimism prevailed. Was this just a pause in the fighting, or could it be the start of a lasting peace? The recent escalation had brought immense suffering. A devastating terrorist attack in Jammu and Kashmir, claiming the lives of 26 innocent tourists, had ignited the flames of conflict. The ensuing cross-border exchanges had left 66 civilians dead, a stark reminder of the human cost of this long-standing dispute. The ceasefire offered a glimmer of hope, a chance for peace to prevail. The world held its breath. Could this fragile truce hold, or would the echoes of gunfire soon shatter the uneasy calm? Only time would tell. To understand the fragile peace now hanging in the balance, one must delve into the heart of the conflict, Kashmir. This mountainous region, renowned for its breathtaking beauty, has been a bone of contention between India and Pakistan since the bloody partition of 1947. The partition, which cleaved British India into two independent nations, sowed the seeds of discord that continue to plague the subcontinent. Kashmir, with its predominantly Muslim population, became a point of contention. The Maharaja of Kashmir, a Hindu ruler, was hesitant to join either India or Pakistan. This indecision led to the First Kashmir War in 1947, ending with the region divided between the two nations. The line of control, a de facto border, became a symbol of the unresolved dispute. The conflict over Kashmir is not just about territory, it is deeply intertwined with issues of identity, religion, and national pride. Both India and Pakistan lay claim to the entire region, viewing it as an integral part of their respective national identities. This has resulted in decades of mistrust, suspicion, and violence. Two more wars, in 1965 and 1999, further exacerbated the situation. The rise of militancy in Indian-administered Kashmir, fueled by allegations of human rights abuses and a desire for self-determination, added another layer of complexity. Pakistan's alleged support for these militant groups, though consistently denied by Islamabad, further strained relations. Despite numerous attempts at dialogue and a series of ceasefire agreements, the embers of conflict in Kashmir have always smoldered, threatening to erupt into open warfare. The latest escalation, culminating in Trump's surprise intervention, was a stark reminder of the region's volatility. A series of events in recent months had set the stage for renewed conflict. Increased cross-border firing along the line of control, with both sides accusing the other of violating previous agreements, had created a climate of fear and uncertainty. The situation escalated further following a deadly terrorist attack in Jammu and Kashmir, which claimed the lives of 26 tourists. India was quick to blame Pakistan-based terrorist groups for the attack, while Pakistan vehemently denied any involvement. The attack sparked outrage and calls for retribution in India, leading to increased military activity along the border. Pakistan, fearing an Indian offensive, responded in kind, further escalating the situation. The situation spiraled rapidly, with both sides resorting to heavy artillery fire and drone strikes. Civilian areas were caught in the crossfire, resulting in casualties and widespread fear. The international community watched with growing alarm as the two nuclear-armed neighbors edged closer to the brink of war. The specter of a wider conflict, potentially drawing in regional and global powers, loomed large. The situation called for urgent intervention, a role unexpectedly filled by former U.S. President Donald Trump. As tensions reached fever pitch, an unexpected player emerged on the world stage: Donald Trump. The former U.S. president, known for his unconventional diplomacy, threw himself into the role of mediator between India and Pakistan. Leveraging his personal relationships with both Prime Minister Narendra Modi of India and Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif of Pakistan, Trump embarked on a whirlwind of phone calls and back-channel negotiations. Trump's involvement, though surprising to many, was not entirely out of character. Throughout his presidency, he had demonstrated a keen interest in the region, particularly in containing China's growing influence. A peaceful resolution to the India-Pakistan conflict, he believed, was crucial to achieving this goal. Details of Trump's negotiations remain shrouded in secrecy. However, it is clear that he employed his characteristic blend of charm, bluster, and deal-making prowess to bring both sides to the table. He appealed to their shared interests in regional stability and economic prosperity, emphasizing the devastating consequences of a full-blown conflict. After days of intense negotiations, Trump's efforts bore fruit. On May 10, 2025, he announced to the world via his Truth Social platform that a full and immediate ceasefire had been agreed upon by India and Pakistan. The news was met with a mixture of relief and cautious optimism, with many questioning whether this fragile truce could hold. Section 5. A world reacts. Hope and skepticism greet the ceasefire. The announcement of a ceasefire between India and Pakistan, brokered by former U.S. President Donald Trump, sent ripples of reaction across the globe. From the corridors of power to the streets of Srinagar and Karachi, people reacted with a mixture of hope, skepticism, and cautious optimism. World leaders, relieved at the prospect of de-escalation, were quick to express their support for the ceasefire. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres hailed it as a positive step, urging both sides to make every effort to sustain the ceasefire and engage in meaningful dialogue. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer, acknowledging the UK's role in facilitating talks, stressed the need for a lasting ceasefire and a peaceful resolution to the conflict. The United States, instrumental in brokering the agreement, expressed its commitment to working with both India and Pakistan to ensure its success. The European Union, China, and Russia also welcomed the ceasefire, emphasizing the importance of dialogue and diplomacy in resolving the long-standing dispute. International media outlets reflecting the global mood reported on the ceasefire with a mixture of hope and caution. Headlines ranged from Trump brokers India-Pakistan ceasefire to fragile truce holds in Kashmir. Analysts, while acknowledging the significance of the agreement, stressed the challenges ahead, pointing to the long history of broken promises and the deep-rooted mistrust between the two nations. In both India and Pakistan, the voices of the people tell a story of hope and caution. Citizens from both sides express a longing for peace, yet remain wary of the fragile nature of the ceasefire. They share their dreams for a future without conflict, but also their fears that old wounds may reopen. The path to lasting peace is fraught with challenges. Political tensions, historical grievances, and regional instability all pose significant obstacles. Yet there is a shared understanding that dialogue and cooperation are essential. Both nations must navigate these complexities with patience and determination. True peace will require more than just a ceasefire. It demands dialogue, diplomacy, and compromise. Leaders from both countries must engage in meaningful conversations, addressing core issues and building trust. It's a delicate process, but one that holds the potential to transform relations for the better. Despite the challenges, there is a glimmer of hope for a brighter future. If India and Pakistan can sustain their efforts towards peace, the benefits could be immense. Economic growth, cultural exchange, and regional stability are just a few of the possibilities. The journey is long, but the potential rewards make it worth pursuing.